The film begins at an airport where a plane is attempting to take off amidst police firing at it. Inside the plane, Franklin, known as Remedy, a tech blogger focused on achieving optimal health, realizes they're facing a crash and his life flashes before his eyes. Sitting beside him is Sig, the owner of a pharmaceutical company responsible for a deadly addictive medicine that caused numerous deaths. The story traces back 3 months as Franklin, desperate for an interview with Anton, a health and tech guru, takes a job as a ticket taker at an event. Due to a late arrival, Franklin fails to grasp the full explanation of scanning people's tri-bands to check tickets, leading to mistakes and a harsh scolding from his boss. His co-worker Jala comes to his defense, leading to a friendly chat and a budding connection. Despite Franklin's attempt to ask Jala out, she sets up an alarm on his phone instead. Later, Franklin encounters Andy in the bathroom, who has stolen and hacked a tri-band for Franklin to access the presentation, as he couldn't afford the ticket. Franklin manages to slip past the guards at the backstage door just in time to witness Anton's arrival with his mysterious assistant, Ingram. Attempting to hide behind the curtains, Franklin is discovered by Anton, who questions his presence and his interaction with the assistant. Franklin notices Anton's elaborate ring and realizes Anton suspects his tri-band isn't genuine. Despite this, Anton allows Franklin to stay and enjoy the presentation. As Anton takes the stage to a lively audience, he introduces the tri-band, his invention designed to monitor physiology and customize health plans for users. Anton unveils the tri-band 5, boasting its ability to naturally promote healthy behaviors without the need for reminders or medication, potentially revolutionizing health management. Meanwhile, chaos erupts at the backstage door as one guard incapacitates the other and rushes toward the stage, colliding with Franklin. Amidst the commotion, the guard accuses Anne's company of control before Franklin intervenes, allowing the other guards to apprehend him. While Renee and Calvert seem displeased, Anton expresses gratitude to Franklin and promises him the interview later. As Franklin's hand is bandaged for a wound sustained during the scuffle, security confiscates his tri-band as evidence. Noticing Anne's ring on the ground, Franklin picks it up, and as Jala's alarm sounds on his phone, he experiences a strange sensation when touching the ring, repeating the last moment in a surreal loop. Feeling uneasy, Franklin conceals the ring beneath his bandage before leaving for the restaurant, his mind filled with confusion and apprehension. While waiting for Jala, Franklin examines the ring once more. When the waitress approaches, she inadvertently touches the ring, causing the moment to reset once again. Franklin realizes the ring has the power to rewind time, but its stone has turned white, indicating it needs time to recharge. Testing the ring's capabilities, Franklin discovers it can only rewind for precisely 57 seconds. As Jala arrives, they decide on a nice location for their date and share stories. Franklin learns about Jala's passion for art, reciprocating by sharing his career as a health technology writer, boasting about his published articles. Their date takes an intimate turn, but when Jala spots a woman's purse in Franklin's closet, she assumes he has a girlfriend and wants to leave. Franklin quickly rewinds time, hiding the purse before she notices. However, Jala then sees a photo of a woman and attempts to leave again. Franklin uses the ring to hide the photo and leads her to bed. During their passionate moments, Franklin preemptively fulfills Jala's desires, impressing her with his apparent prowess. The following morning, Renee and Calvert report to their sick boss, who suspects the airport incident was a publicity stunt. He orders Calvert to investigate Franklin for potential clues. Meanwhile, Sig instructs Renee to discredit the new tri-band, fearing it may impact pharmaceutical sales. Over breakfast, Franklin and Jala are interrupted when Franklin's car is towed. Despite his attempts to use the ring to stop it, he fails, realizing he needs money to retrieve his car. Inspired by a TV ad, Franklin heads to a casino, using the ring to win consistently. His streak attracts attention, especially from Calvert, who finds his success suspicious. With enough winnings, Franklin buys a new car and returns to the casino for more cash. However, as he attempts to leave, he's confronted by the casino staff. Franklin swiftly rewinds time to evade the casino staff, even leaving his winnings behind, but he's relentlessly pursued and beaten in the parking lot. Accused of cheating, Franklin withstands their interrogation until Calvert intervenes, prompting the staff to release him with a warning never to return. Calvert then invites Franklin to lunch, probing for an explanation of his success, but Franklin deflects, attributing it to luck. Despite Calvert's persistence, Franklin declines an invitation to meet Sig, the pharmaceutical company owner responsible for the lethal medicine. Later, when Jala visits Franklin, she's surprised by his apartment's improved appearance. While using his computer, she discovers a wallpaper featuring a woman, prompting Franklin to reveal a tragic story of his twin sister's death due to overdose from medication. Franklin writes serious articles under his real name but uses the pseudonym Remedy on his blog to expose corrupt companies like Sig's. Impressed by his bravery, Jala promises to keep his secret, and Franklin surprises her with painting supplies. As they prepare to enjoy a ride in his new car, Franklin receives a call from Anton, signaling readiness for the interview. Franklin rushes to Anton's office, where they discuss Anton's invention and his vision to eradicate medicine, utilizing quantum particles to prevent not only illnesses but also accidents. Anton advises Franklin to follow his sense of justice. Later that evening, Franklin contemplates confronting Sig to seek justice for his sister's death. The following day, encouraged by Angela, Franklin confronts Sig, mentioning his sister before punching Sig in the face. However, he quickly rewinds time and maintains a facade of respect while discussing Sig's work. Sig, aware of Franklin's casino success, proposes a bet. If Franklin can predict what will happen after Sig whistles, he'll earn hefty compensation for praising Sig's company. Franklin agrees and correctly predicts a dog's arrival. However, when Sig whistles, one of his models appears to give him a massage. Franklin rewinds time and successfully guesses the outcome, securing a new job. Suspecting Anton's involvement, Sig aims to keep Franklin close. In the evening, Franklin meets with Jala, who questions the moral implications of his new job. Franklin reassures her, explaining his plan to access Sig's files and expose the company's wrongdoing. He proposes to Jala, who accepts, and they plan to use the money for good. The next day, Franklin suggests a rebranding event to Sig, who approves, granting Franklin his own office. Tensions rise between Franklin and Jala over his morally dubious job, exacerbated when Franklin inadvertently reveals his use of the ring on her. Franklin realizes that those touched during the rewind also retain memories of it. Feeling betrayed, Jala leaves, prompting Franklin to contemplate ending his use of the ring. Determined to confront Sig, Franklin attempts to coerce Renee into revealing this safe combination. But his efforts lead to accidental violence. Despite multiple attempts, he fails to access the safe. In a series of events wrought with unintended consequences, Franklin grapples with the implications of his actions and the potential damage caused by his powers. With the information obtained, he retrieves incriminating evidence from the safe. Franklin enlists Sandy's help to expose Sig's crimes during a televised basketball game, offering Andy financial incentive to assist. As Franklin prepares to leave town, he attempts to contact Jala, but she remains unreachable. During the game, Franklin broadcasts the evidence revealing Calvert's involvement in the shooter's wife's death. However, before Franklin can escape, he's apprehended and taken aboard a private plane by Sig, who demands Franklin retract the video. Refusing to comply, Franklin discovers Jala has also been abducted. Together, they utilize the ring's power to thwart their captors, ultimately escaping as the plane crashes. In the aftermath, Franklin, Jala, Renee, and Calvert survive, but Sig perishes in the explosion. Anne arrives, revealing Ingram's deliberate choice to entrust Franklin with the ring for testing. Despite Anne's offer to work together, Franklin refuses, recognizing the ring's addictive nature. Destroying the ring, Franklin declines Anne's proposition and returns the Tri-Bands. Opting for a simpler life with Jala, Franklin departs, determined to forge a future free from the complications of the powerful technology. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.